So glad that you could join us here today. Of course, as always, I am the Lawn Gnome, and welcome to the 40th episode of Funko Pop Update right here on my channel. If you're joining us for the first time, I'd like to welcome you. And for those of you that have come many times, it is so wonderful to have you back as we discuss all the wonderful things in the world of Funko Pop. Today, we're going to get a little crazy because we've got a really special episode today, because not only do we have new lines and new exclusives to talk about, we've got all the goodies that are coming out for you for New York City Comic Con. I am so excited to talk about all of this stuff because it's such a great occasion. But before we get into all the amazing news, I'd like to show you all the new little rascals that are a brand new part of my own collection. So guys, as you can see, there's quite a couple of pops to talk about today. These are a whole bunch of things that I have gotten pretty much throughout the summer. There are a lot of exclusives, some true fandoms that I just had to have, and that is pretty much the theme of today, the fandoms. There are random characters from all kinds of franchises, and some really special ones that are truly near and dear to my heart. So, what's with all the hesitation? Let's just go through each and every one of these from left to right. So, the first one that I'm going to talk about here is this fella right over here. This is Blinky from the new show on Netflix, Troll Hunters, which of course is created by Guillermo del Toro. There was a little bit of a problem when it came to the rights for this franchise, and it turned out that they were only Funko Target exclusives, but I wasn't able to find this in any Target retailer, so thank goodness Funko themselves was selling them on their websites. And there was no way that I was going to miss the opportunity to get this great character voiced brilliantly by Kelsey Grammer. I love the details in the 6 eyes, as well as the color scheme and the folded arms, as well as the ones on his shoulders, and his back is fantastic too, with the big horns as well as the little satchels all around his belt, and he is definitely an awesome pop. If you haven't checked out this show, you definitely have to see it. And we got another Groot. This is Teenaged Groot. He is an Amazon exclusive, and if you saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, you know exactly who this is. I am a little surprised that he was as short as he was, but I absolutely love the look, as well as the little emo grin he's got on his face, as well as his facial expressions. And I love that he's got a little bit of green just sprouting out because he's still a growing boy. The next one was a purchase that I had no anticipation to make, but I saw him in Barnes & Noble on my trip to Washington, D.C. Now, I am a big fan of Dr. Seuss, but I am particularly a huge fan of the 1973 television special, The Lorax, and this is a flocked Lorax from San Diego Comic-Con. He was being sold at Barnes & Noble, and I love him. I love the look. He looks just like the character from the book and the TV special, not the movie. I love the orange fuzz, and I love that he's waving, and I love the big eyelashes just like his character has in the book and film, and there's nothing more that I can say except for the fact that this is a very awesome character, and I'm so glad to have a little bit of Dr. Seuss in my collection. Star Wars, of course, is a franchise, and we've got 2 awesome pops to show you. These were featured when Force Friday came out earlier this month, and one of them was a pop that I was really anticipating to get, and one of them was just on the whim. The first one, of course, is Clone Commander Cody. He is a Walgreens exclusive, and of course, he was featured in Episode 3. I absolutely love the details on this pop in terms of the colors and the design of the helmet. There is just so much going on in this pop. But the best part, which is the reason why I bought him, is the little holographic Senator Palpatine reaching out to Commander Cody to execute Order 66. The pop that I didn't anticipate to get is my Chewie from Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. He is an FYE exclusive. This is my very first FYE exclusive, and it's a flocked Chewie, so it's very hard to say no. But it's kind of funny because the reason why I got it, besides the fact that he is flocked, is because he's holding this in his hand. This is Porg. Apparently Porg is the new cute thing in the new Star Wars film, and I really don't know much about him except for the fact that everyone is just going gaga over Porg. So to get a flocked Chewie holding a little Porg, it just made sense to actually have him, and now I've actually got a Porg in my collection. The next pop I want to show you, which is really near and dear to my heart, is the Bob Ross pop. You guys heard my little impression of him in the beginning of this video. This pop is just fantastic. I love the details. I love the denim shirt and pants, as well as the big afro, and I love the expression on his face. They just have everything right in regards to this pop, but the best part about it is the paints and the fan brush. He always used the fan brush, and I can name all the colors on this palette. There's titanium white, Prussian blue, phthalo blue, Van Dyke brown, alizarin crimson, sap green, cadmium yellow, and bright red that he uses to sign all of his paintings. I know so many people who were so excited to get this pop, and he is just a joy to have in my collection, and everyone had already said, thankfully my paint work on this pop was great, but if there was a paint error on your Bob Ross pop, just remember, it was not a mistake, it's just a happy accident. The next pop I want to talk about is my very first Toys R Us exclusive. He was originally released when Comic-Con began in Toys R Us. It is Scott Pilgrim in his Plum Tree shirt with his bass guitar. I have him up against a box because he can't stand on his own, but when the pops came out for Scott Pilgrim, I was just not interested because none of them looked good to me, but this one actually did. I love the details on his guitar, his sneakers, and of course the beautiful work of Plum Tree on the logo on the shirt, as well as the yellow and red. I love the colors. This was definitely one that was a big fit for my collection, and also as an Edgar Wright fan, it is wrong for me not to have this pop. The next one I want to talk about is a pop I never would have anticipated getting. It is my very first Freddy Funko. And he, of course, can only be found at the Funko shop on Funko.com. So this is not only the first time that I've ordered from Funko, but it is my first Freddy Funko. And they started this back 2 months ago when they made the Zodiac series. And as a Virgo, I thought it would only be right to get a Virgo for myself. And he is supposed to be the Virgo zodiac sign. He's even got the sash on him, as well as the actual astrological logo, as well as wings on the back of him. But it's really cool to actually have a Freddy Funko, and this is going to be the only one that I get right now. I know that they're planning to complete this Zodiac series, and unfortunately one of the last ones is my wife's sign, so we're hoping that Taurus ends up being a good-looking pop too. But oh my goodness, guys, the coup de grace. I've been collecting Dragon Ball Z pops, but not many of them, but when they announced that Galaxy Toys was going to have an exclusive of Shenron, I said to myself, I must get this pop because it looked beautiful. But seeing it up close just makes me cry in terms of how incredible details can be on a Funko Pop. This is multi-pieces. You can even see the lines of everything that was practically put together, snapped together, glued on, but the scales are beautiful in terms of the texture. The bottom with the yellow also got the bumps very smooth. The Dragon Balls surrounding him at the bottom all over with the little base, and his expression with the big red eyes and the little mustache that he's got with the green. It's just so fantastic. I've never seen a pop so detailed like this before, and it is just a brilliant pop in terms of design. Every single one of these is a great pop to have in your collection if you love these franchises and characters, and the fact that I've actually got them in my collection makes me so much more happy to be a Funko Pop collector. So we've got a lot to cover today, everybody, and of course we're going to start with the Specialty Series. If you do not know what the Specialty Series is, which probably means that you're new to the channel, a Specialty Series pop is a pop that comes out once a month, and it is only sold exclusively at comic book stores and hobby shops. And this month, oh my goodness, we just got an amazing reveal. There were Thundercats pops that were released a long time ago, especially before pops were really as popular as they are today. And there was one specific character that everybody was wondering why he wasn't there, and it of course is the last of the adult Thundercats, unless you want to include Jaga, but Tigra is coming to the collection. I love the pose, I love the fact that he's holding his whip, and I just love the paintwork on this pop. It is just absolutely fantastic. I don't know what this means for the franchise itself, because now people are asking, will the Thundercats officially be remastered, because he looks a lot more streamlined than the others do. But I'm wondering if we're going to even see more characters. Will we get a Thunder Kittens 2-pack? Will we get the rest of Mumra and his mutants? I don't know, but you know something? I'll take whatever I can get. I mean, I'm not going to get this pop anyway, but you know how much I love to talk about them, and the specialty series are definitely winners. So, Funko had a major announcement the last month, and it was the fact that they were opening their brand new Funko headquarters in Washington. And to celebrate, they released so many special pops, most of them featuring Freddy Funko, another one from their Spastic Plastics series, a brand new part of the Funko Monsters line, which is Snaggletooth, but of course the one that I recently featured in my collection today was the third in the Zodiac line, and that of course was Virgo. And these all look fantastic. I especially love the Freddy Funko that's holding the little Space Needle statue monument, or whatever it's called. So people who actually got the chance to go to the Funko headquarters got their chance to get these right offhand, but I am quite certain that some of these can in fact be purchased at the Funko shop. Also, there was a very special event that took place during the opening of the headquarters. Kevin Smith and the Comic Book Men were there, and to celebrate, they had their own Comic Book Men pop line. So if you were there, I wasn't obviously, and there's no other way that you can get these, you can get the Comic Book Men Pop series at the Funko shop. Everybody loves the Flocks, and it was the brand new Hanna-Barbera characters of Breezely and Sneezely that are going to be available in retail everywhere, but you can only get the flocked ones on Funko's website, and they are limited to 2,000 pieces, so you gotta get them fast if you want them. And I love the fact that the flocked pops are now officially being labeled with a flocked sticker. They're doing this with a lot of them, whether they're flocked, whether they're glow in the dark. They're letting everybody know that specific pops are designed specifically with a sticker, and I think that that is a really cool thing. The Disney theme parks are also going to be releasing 2 other specials that you can only get at the theme park. You can get the Abominable Snowman, which is from the Matterhorn ride, and the Orange Bird. So if you are going to be down in the Disney theme parks, you can continue your theme park collection with these 2 brand new Disney theme park pops. And we also have a whole bunch of subscription box stuff to discuss. Of course, Marvel Collector Corps, their last theme was Classics, and they did not disappoint. They gave us the first Iron Man from Tales of Suspense in his all-gray uniform, as well as the first appearance of Vision in Avengers 57. I love the details on both of these. I love the poses, especially Vision, because this is not the way that the movie version of Vision looks, and the fact that they did the great pose with the flowing cape and the bright red face with the green and yellows, they did a great job for both of these. They also did a fantastic job with the Legion of Collectors, which was DC's most wanted. So it was a little bit of a double entendre. It was going to be the most wanted in terms of villains, but also very high demand pops. So not only do we get a comic book version of Bane, which looks absolutely beautiful. As a matter of fact, I've seen so many videos and the details on the back of Bane are fantastic, but oh my goodness, scream hallelujah from the top of your lungs, everybody, because we have finally gotten a Lex Luthor pop. And it, of course, is Lex Luthor in his green and purple uniform that was very popular in the late 70s, 1980s. But it is just so fantastic to finally get a Lex Luthor pop in the DC line. So if you got your Legion of Collectors box, you got these 2 fantastic-looking pops. The Disney Treasures Collection box, known as the Dark Forest, is sold out, and you can no longer get this exclusive pop, which is Maleficent as a dragon. And I don't know why, but I have a feeling that there may be another pop in this box, but I am not surprised that they're making this character a pop because Maleficent is one of the most popular. She just recently got a makeover, so to add a Maleficent dragon is pretty damn awesome as well. Boxed Lunch is featuring a brand new part of the Bob's Burgers line with Tina Belcher holding 2 burgers in each hand. So if you are a fan of these, please go out and get this one over at Box Lunch. And of course, we've got some brand new Harry Potter exclusives all over. We've got a Remus Lupin in werewolf form from Hot Topic. We've got Ginny Weasley in Quidditch gear over at Barnes & Noble, which I'm going to be adding to my collection. And my goodness, she is the number 50 in the Harry Potter collection. Congratulations to Funko and their Harry Potter line. And Box Lunch, once again, is offering number 51 in the set, and it is Harry Potter holding his Firebolt. They're all about the Prisoner of Azkaban when it comes to the new wave, so the fact that they actually have him in his Hogwarts robes clutching his Firebolt, no surprise. We've also got some Books A Million exclusives. If you're horror fans, you can get a exclusive blood splatter of Annabelle, as well as a double pack of two of the more popular characters in The Walking Dead, which are Negan and Carl. We have a brand new line of the popular show Elena of Avalor set. We've got some really detailed looking ones, as well as a Toys R Us exclusive. I don't know much about this show, so people who do watch it or people who have kids that watch it, please let me know if this is a good show or not. And everyone out there who is excited for the My Little Pony movie, yep, we've got My Little Pony Pops. We've also got plenty of exclusives, including 2 chases and a Hot Topic exclusive of a character named Tempest Shadow. Now, I have no interest in seeing this movie, but it is quite interesting to see how they've all gone aquatic. I'm guessing that that is the main plot of the story, but I know that this movie is going to make tons of money, and the Pops seem to be pretty popular considering the fact that there's always new My Little Pony Pops coming out. And there's a lot of people who are really wanting another extension to some of the anime lines, so we've got the second wave of Fairy Tail, including a Hot Topic exclusive. And moving into the world of sports, we have the brand new NFL wave coming out, which is wave 4, but we've got a second wave of NFL Pops coming, and it is the NFL Classics line. And I am so happy because there is finally a Jet that I can actually get, and I already pre-ordered him, and I am getting the Joe Namath Pop. But alongside him, you've got some great football players from the past, including Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, Lawrence Taylor, Dan Marino, and there are more coming, including coaches like Tom Landry and Mike Ditka. So, NFL fans, this is definitely a successful franchise, and I'm really happy about that, because I think everyone out there who loves sports knows that it is just as much as popular culture as film, music, or television. And along with that, we've got NBA Wave 4. This is also going to be including the third wave, which includes Kristaps Porzingis, Klay Thompson, just to name a few, but they were only available in Pop Asia for a while, so that was how I got my hand on my own Kristaps Porzingis, but now that wave is officially going to be coming out in the United States, but there's also going to be a fourth wave, which includes Kevin Durant in a Golden State Warriors uniform, Chris Paul in a Houston Rockets uniform, and even some teams that have never been featured before, like the Bucks and the Toronto Raptors, and it looks like the one that is from Toronto is going to be a Canada exclusive, which is unfortunate. I think that he should be available everywhere, but NBA fans, they're not stopping with this, which is also a good sign, so go out and get some more NBA Pops. And we're going to go into the world of video games. We've got more Five Nights at Freddy's coming, some more exclusives from all over the place, including Barnes & Noble, Target, Best Buy, and GameStop. And we've got new video game lines coming out, including Team Fortress 2, as well as Portal 2. And the Portal Pops do look pretty awesome. I love the details of all the robots, and it looks like you can even get one of the characters with the famous cube. And we've got another video game series which is officially coming to pop form, and that is Horizon Zero Dawn. Also a great bunch of pops that look very detailed, as well as one of those little robot thingies, the blue one, which is a Best Buy exclusive. I don't know much about most of these video games that I've mentioned, but please let me know in the box below what they're like, especially if you play them. And we've got more Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 exclusives, including a Walmart exclusive Star-Lord, an FYE exclusive of Drax holding Groot, and I wish I didn't get the Hot Topic exclusive Baby Groot, because now we're getting a Toys R Us exclusive of a smiling Baby Groot holding the bomb from the trailer. I wish that I did not get mine, because this would be the Groot that I would love to have, but listen, I've made my bed and I'm gonna lie in it, and that's the way things are gonna be. And PX Previews Exclusives is giving us 2 awesome pop rides of Ghost Rider on his motorcycle. You can get the regular one, or you can get the really rare glow-in-the-dark one, and these do look fantastic. I love the flames on the back of Ghost Rider's skull, as well as the flames all over the tires of the bike, and the pose in which he's holding his chain, it just looks fantastic. So I'm pretty certain that Marvel fans, and Ghost Rider fans in particular, are going to want to get their hands on this PX Previews exclusive. And we just had Force Friday in the beginning of September, and oh my lord, could you be any more over the top with the Last Jedi pop line. So many different pops to choose from, and these are just the regulars. The only thing that I'm not too thrilled about is the fact that part of this set includes a First Order Flame Trooper, a First Order Snow Trooper, and a Captain Phasma, but these three are the exact same pops from the Force Awakens line. They're just the same things in a new box. I think that that is pretty low and a real waste of money, but unfortunately, collectors are collectors, and people who want them all will waste their money on those three, which is kind of upsetting. I think that that's pretty bad. But all of these new pops do look great, including the new BB-8, the new Finn, the new Poe Dameron, as well as the new Rey, even some new characters like the Patreon Guard and Rose, who a lot of people are excited to see. But then there is this new cute thing called the Porg. It's this little burr-like, bug-like thing. I don't know exactly what it is, but apparently everybody is so excited to see this character in the film. I mean, for crying out loud, he's got to have some kind of a link with Chewie because the Chewbacca pop is Chewie holding a Porg. But you think this is enough? Oh no, there's exclusives! We've got everything from chases to glow-in-the-darks, to chromes, to flocked, to just regular exclusives from every which way. Walgreens, Toys R Us, Hot Topic, FYE, Walmart, Target, GameStop, and Box Lunch. So go out and get whatever you can, everybody, if you want them. And if that's not enough for you, how about some double packs? You can get one from popculture.com, Best Buy, and all of these multi-packs, whether they're 3-packs or 4-packs of Rebels or First Order, these are all available at Costco. Okay, well, I'm all Star Wars'd out, so now let's go into the wonderful world of Disney. This was a long time coming, but we've got a brand new Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs line. Now, Snow White and the Evil Queen and Grumpy have already come out, so they're all in dire need of makeovers. But not only are you going to get a brand new Snow White, which does look fantastic, you can get a Glitter Hot Topic exclusive or a Toys R Us exclusive of her in her maiden rags. You can also get the Evil Queen, but you can also get all of the Seven Dwarfs, as well as a chase of Dopey with a kiss on his forehead, and Grumpy from Books A Million holding a mining pick and a jewel. But you can get all the Seven Dwarfs this time, so that is pretty awesome. And we've got more princesses in their flowing dresses coming, so a lot of people are excited about that. We've got Mulan, Merida, Jasmine, Aurora, in 3 kinds, a regular pink, a glitter exclusive from Books A Million, as well as a chase that I feel was on the way, and it is her in her blue dress as opposed to her pink dress. And we also have this brand new collection coming from Hot Topic, and it's called the Diamond Collection, where pops are actually covered in diamond sparkle-like glitter. And the first 2 that will be coming out is Belle, as well as Ursula. So we're going hero and villain this time, so that's pretty cool. And there's a brand new line coming out. It's the Comics Collection, and they're starting off with one of the big cult favorites in Hellboy. There's also going to be a Hellboy chase of him with the full horns, and guys, these look great. I thought that they were going to make the Hellboy movie pops, but the comic pops look wonderful, and all the big characters like Rasputin, Liz Sherman, Abe Sapien, they're all here. I am very curious now as to what this is going to be, and I'm wondering what other comic book characters might be offered. I am seriously eyeing the Hellboy pop, just the regular one, because that's the one that I like. I would like to take a look at him up close to see if I want him or not, but if they decide to add Spawn to this line, and he looks wonderful, then he will be added to my collection for sure. So I'm going to be keeping my eyes open on this comic book line. Rick and Morty fans, we've got 2 versions of Pickle Rick. If you've been following the season this year, this was one of the most popular and probably the darkest episode in the series thus far. It was just so crazy and so funny, and the fact that they're actually making Pickle Rick once again just shows me how amazing a company like Funko is. And Game of Thrones fans, I don't know whether you're going to be angry or if you're going to rejoice, but there is going to be a little matchup to Daenerys on Drogon. We've got the Night King coming on an undead Viserion. And if you've watched the show, you understand that completely, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. This pop looks beautiful. I love the details on the Night King's head, and I love the details on the wings of the dragon, as well as the beautiful blue eyes. I asked my wife if she wanted this, and she said, I don't know because the Night King made me very angry this season, but I have a feeling that this will be in my collection because it's too good not to get it. And we've got an expansion to the Wonder Woman movie line. We've got Wave 2 coming out, and these do look fantastic. I'm actually very happy to see that Etta Candy is in the line, holding the sword and shield. She was one of the highlights of the comic part of this film, and these were just great, and I love all the new details as well as the new poses. We've also got a new Jumanji movie coming out. I saw the trailer, and I am not interested in it at all, but you can get two characters from the movie. These two characters are played by The Rock and Jack Black. So if you do in fact go to see the movie, or if you just want something that has the word Jumanji on the box, go for it. Here's a line that really excited me. Home Alone is gonna be a pop line. Am I gonna add these to my collection? Probably not, but I love the fact that a fan favorite like Home Alone is becoming a pop line. And when I found out about these, my wife wanted to know about the Harry and Marv, and she said, exactly how detailed are those pops? I said, there's a big red mark on Marv's forehead in the shape of an iron, and she thought that that was fantastic. And you can even get the Wet Bandits in a Best Buy exclusive double pack. Elf is getting a much-deserved makeover. He has already showed up in Funko during the early years, but people can't find him these days because he is very rare and very expensive. So why not redo him and give him his own line in the movies line? And you can even get some exclusives like a Chase, a Toys R Us exclusive of a Narwhal, as well as a boxed lunch exclusive of Buddy Elf. And along with the Christmas spirit, how about adding an addition to your horror collection in Krampus? Now, I didn't see the movie, but I know a lot of people who liked it, and you can get so many different versions of him. You can get the regular along with a blood red chase. You can get two Hot Topic pops, which are both flocked, and one of them is white and happens to be a flocked chase, or you can get an ice gray looking pop from FYE. And a lot of people are excited for the new Blade Runner movie coming out, so of course they had to make a pop line. Though I'm quite surprised that they didn't decide to go with the original film from 1982. But you can get Deckard, who is played by Harrison Ford, as well as all of the new characters that are going to be featured in the new movie. I myself am in the middle of the book and plan to rewatch the Ridley Scott film from 1982 in preparation for Blade Runner 2049 because the trailers did make that movie look pretty good, and I love the director, Denis Villeneuve, who will be directing Blade Runner 2049. And this is a long time coming, everybody. Everyone was dying for Mad Max Fury Road pops, and guess what? You're gonna get them. You're gonna also get some chases. Two of the characters, which are of Furiosa and Immortan Joe, but you also are going to get awesome exclusives. I think one of the coolest ones is the Doof Warrior from Target with the flaming guitar and no mask on, as well as a Hot Topic exclusive of Furiosa with one arm, also a Nux in his full-on gear, as well as Mad Max himself with the cage mouth guard. These are awesome, but I'm really surprised that they didn't make a pop ride of Mad Max, but maybe that is in the works. Let's find out. And this was something that just took me by surprise. I love La La Land, but I never would have thought that there were going to be La La Land pops. But there are, and it's a double pack of Mia and Sebastian during the scene of What a Lovely Night. I am so excited for these. I actually pre-ordered this double pack because I just love this movie. I have to have them. So why not? I think the details also do look wonderful. I love the details on Sebastian's tie. It is time to finally start covering New York City Comic Con, and just so you all know, this is part 1. Unfortunately, we're still in the midst of seeing all the releases, but I always have to cut myself off when it comes to making pop reviews. So we're only going to cover what we've already seen, and you will see another pop update early in the month. I'm going to try and get it out to you guys the day right before Comic-Con actually begins, and that is when we will also find out where all of the exclusives are going to be in retail, which is a good thing. We may not look at the new specialty series pop because those usually show up on the 6th or the 7th of every month. I've started to actually realize that, but for now, here's what we have for Phase 1 of this update. So the first pop that was offered is Zack Ryder from the WWE line. He was a wrestler that a lot of people have been waiting for. There's even been tons of custom designs of him, but now he is officially going to be joining the WWE line as a Comic-Con exclusive. We then had Game of Thrones. I was surprised that it was as small as it was, but we've got Jaqen H'ghar and Lyanna Mormont, who I am actually going to be adding to my collection, only because of the fact that she is one of my wife's favorite characters, and it is so hard not to want to have Lady Mormont in your collection. We then got some new DC ones, which I have no idea why they did this. I mean, what the heck is this new line called the 8-Bit Collection? This looks like someone put Batman together with Legos, but you can also get a black chrome Batman, and one that is very interesting. It's Superman #1. It is the look of Superman from his first appearance in Superman #1, not the first appearance of him in general, just the first issue of Superman, with the triangle S as opposed to the diamond S. And I think that it's pretty cool. I think that it's basically just a resculpt of the classic Superman from the DC Legion of Collectors box from a couple of months ago, but I still wish that they would make a George Reeves Superman from the television show. I would definitely get my hands on that. But the Superman #1 does look pretty cool. And of course we got some new Star Wars characters, lots of characters from Star Wars Rogue One, but a big fan favorite in Dengar the Bounty Hunter from Empire Strikes Back, and a brand new deluxe pop of Boba Fett in the Slave One. And we got some awesome ones from the television line. I'm not interested in any of these, but we got some very out there choices. We've got The Land of the Lost, which was the television show from the 1970s, so you can get 2 creatures from that. We've got another one from Stranger Things, as well as some more Troll Hunters, a new Westworld of Dolores without her skin on her, and of course Dwight from The Walking Dead, and a double pack of Buffy and Faith. But the one pop that I know that so many people are excited for is the first Doctor from the Doctor Who line, because we've already gotten all the more recent Doctors, as well as the more popular 4th Doctor, but the fact that we're getting the first Doctor is very interesting. I'm wondering if we will actually see all of the Doctors show up as pops. And finally, to top this off, for now, we've got all the new exclusives for Comic-Con at Disney. We already saw the Abominable Snowman and the Orange Bird, but at Comic-Con you can get them flocked, and they're limited, so these are going to be really hard to find. But you know that they're really showing true service to fans when they give you Disney attempt at science fiction in the Black Hole, and that is Vincent and Maximilian, which are Toy Tokyo exclusives, so you'll be able to purchase them on Toy Tokyo's website. And you've got Halloween Donald and Goofy from Kingdom Hearts, and the one pop that just shines among all the others in this line, it is Scrooge McDuck from DuckTales, jumping out of a pile of money after taking a swim in his money bin. Now, I was going to be getting Scrooge McDuck from the DuckTales line because I took a look at some of the new ones that just showed up on shelves. I saw Webby and I saw one of the triplets, and I just looked at them and I said, you know what, I'm not going to get all of these. I just want Scrooge. So if I'm going to really just go get one, I might as well go all out and get the Comic-Con exclusive. Why not? And that's pretty much where we're going to leave you guys today, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in part 2. Thank you very much, everybody. I really hope that you enjoyed that intro. It was definitely something that I had to really think hard about because I just wanted to get the words out right. And I'm thanking you for sitting down throughout this entire Funko Pop update. I'm looking forward to getting some comments from you guys to hear about all the new stuff you have in your collection, what you're looking forward to getting from the New York City Comic Con. And for now, I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.